Welcome to another episode of Mildly Informed with me, Richie Firth, him, Chris Skinner. Our mantra, our raison d'etre is to mildly inform you, only in a mild fashion, about the things that we've seen this week, review them, so that you are more mildly informed. Chris, how are you?
I'm all right, Rich. I've got a bit of a cold, but more importantly than that, I got reviewed by an audience member this week, and I didn't particularly enjoy it. You much more than me, you kind of live a certain amount of your life in the public eye, don't you? You know, people have heard your voice, seen your picture for many, many years. More and more they see you in video form. And, we do okay on the social clips. You know, people enjoy watching some of the stuff we have to say. Sometimes we post stuff that's so stupid, it actually comes accidentally a bit rage baity because it makes people so angry. And I told a story in last week's show, the old How's Your Father story.
Yes.
And I got told off by an audience member because of the way I talk. I nod my head too much and it is, quote, creepy. I'm like, come on. That's like, I feel like now, have I got to like hold on to my neck? Have I got to stop moving? It's like,
I'm going to defend you. I've known you for so long and I've never noticed you nod your head as a thing while you talk.
I'm just going to have to be super still now. I just feel that Annie, I don't want to creep people out. I'm taking the feedback on board.
We need to get you one of those neck braces that people wear when they've been in a nasty accident. You'll look like Sandy Toksvig.
Has Sandy Toksvig been in a nasty accident?
Not that I'm aware of, but if you're watching the YouTube video of this, I feel like Sandy Toksvig is a little bit like an owl in that she sort of doesn't really, she sort of moves like this. She doesn't really sort of like turn her head, I don't feel. That's it. You've got it.
From mildly informed to quite interesting, it's not a million mildly. Although
I don't think it's either of those. We speculated that Sandy Toksvig had been in a nasty accident. She hasn't, so it's not interesting, and we're not informing. But if you do want to see the visual impression that both Chris and I have done of Sandy Toksvig, and you are watching, that's not Sandy Toksvig. That's someone very different. If you're watching,
let's move on.
If you're listening to this, you can watch us on the YouTube channel where you can leave comments. Don't leave them about that one.
Rich, let's crack on. Tell me something exciting about your week.
I need to tell you about something that I've discovered that actually solves a problem that we had a few weeks ago. Do you remember I was actually moaning and I was talking about plain English and speaking in plain English and being honest and not using jargon? I had quite a rant about it. This came from being annoyed about the Victoria line having delays and not being told what was going on and all that kind of stuff. You know me well. I can't move on from things quickly. When something bugs me, even though I've had the chance to share it with the audience, I can't move on. So I've been digging around and I found a website. Now, I don't know how long this website has existed, but it's certainly new to me. It may well not be a new site, but I need to tell you about it. I need to inform you about it, and I will review it. And it's called Intertube.
Okay.
This is something that's only going to be useful, really, to those who listen to this podcast, but who also get the chance to commute in London using the London Underground. Intertube is the first website that I have found that accurately represents and gives real-time data of where tube trains are in London. And for the first time ever, whereas TfL, the organisation who run all the tubes in London, all the transport in London, whereas they can say, minor delays on such and such a line or severe delays on such and such a line, you can look at Intertube, you can make your own decision. You can look and kind of think, there's a 2-minute wait there or a 3-minute wait there, or there's a couple of trains bunched up between those two stations there. You can make your decision. You can decide whether you're thinking, no, that is nasty. I'm going to go a different route this time. But also, it's giving you the data of how long any certain train, maybe the like train number 217 heading southbound on the Victoria line, it's giving you the exact data of how long it took to travel between those two stations. For example, it will say between Seven Sisters and Finsbury Park, this train was in transit for 2 minutes and 6 seconds. You're actually getting a sense of how a tube line is running. This is plain talking. This is laying the facts out. It is super nerdy. Super nerdy. It's not a particularly friendly interface, but do I love it? Oh my God. It's amazing. It's a nerd fest.
I'm having a little perv around it now. And just if you want to really double down on just how much of a nerd fest it is, you just need to go to the very bottom of it. And whereas often it might just say, copyright 2026 Richie Firth. This says, powered by, and then there's a link, open data from Transport for London, track layout information generated internally, Elizabeth line information by Network Rail under license, link to license, site design used by the gov.uk design system under the terms of the MIT license, also linked, some icons by Font Awesome, and Tweemoji used under CC by 4.0 font is Inter, logo designed by Arturas Dubrovkos. Please don't scrape or use information provided here without express consent, all rights reserved, served by the Intertube Web version unknown and ETA project.
It's next level, isn't it? There's even a drop down. There's even a drop down on one of the pages that says "info for nerds." It is next level. It's not the kind of thing that you're going to necessarily drop on if you're a Bogo member of the public and you want a quick look. But if you're someone like me, or if you do travel a lot in London, it's brilliant. It's fantastic. I've been using it every day, and this is now next level nerd that I need to review my usage of it. And I've done this on planes as well with the Flight Radar app.
Yeah.
I've been on the tube because now you can get pretty decent reception on your phone in central London, actually in the tunnels. And I've been tracking the train that I'm on whilst I'm on it. And it's fantastic. I've done the same on planes on Flight Radar. Quite why I do it, I don't know. Because if you're on it, you know it's moving. But it's superb.
Okay, here's an idea. I think the patrons will be on board with this.
Mm-hmm.
It has no commercial branding. Can we sponsor it? Can we sponsor YouTube?
Yes. I mean, are they asking for sponsors?
They're not, but I've got an email address here. Let's reach out. Let's say we're fans. Let's promote our show. Let's promote them. Let's do something fun.
Oh, Chris. Wow. So first of all, the very fact that we are willing to spend Patreon money on our first external advertising on this, pretty much, obviously, it's a given. It's a 5-star review. We're not going to associate ourselves with something that's shit. So
Intertube.
5-star review for Intertube. You've only heard about it about 3 minutes ago. You're willing to release the Patreon money, the mildly informed money. You are our account holder. So this is really exciting.
We can splash £100 on this, definitely. What
will that get us?
Go big. I don't know. It's to be negotiated. I mean, they've already had quite a good bit of pluggery from us. Please, we urge you all. Here's a free thing for Intertube. Go to Intertube, have a look at it. Intertube.eta.st. See what you think.
Intertube, I'm going to say right now, and I've not had clearance from you, Intertube is the official monitoring service of the London Underground for the Mildly Informed podcast.
Now, if somebody else wants to pitch a rival to this, we could start some kind of process here.
5-star review. I love it. And watch this space. Or if you see the Intertube website, you might see our branding pop up on it soon. Chris, what's been on your mind this week?
Rich, I went to Corfu for the weekend. And can I just tell you now that 2 nights is too short a time to go to somewhere as far away as Corfu.
Have you ever been to Corfu before?
It was my, I think, 4th visit.
Whereabouts is Corfu for those people who might be listening who don't know where Corfu is?
It's a Greek island on the west side of Greece. The Ionian Islands, I think they might be called. And it's if you look out from Corfu town, which was where I was based, if you look towards the mainland left, i.e. north, you will see Albania. And you look south, right, you will see Greece. So it's right on the border of Greece and Albania on the west side of Greece. It's a really beautiful island. I understand it has some slightly trashy resorts, but Corfu town itself is super bougie and super lovely. Great food, great bars, and great cricket pitches.
What?
Great cricket pitches. So
Why does Corfu have cricket pitches? Because I'm unaware of a Greek side in the ICC.
So there is a Greek side in the ICC that aren't based in Athens. The Corfu is the representative part of Greece. And when you get to the airport, you see the office for the Hellenic Cricket Association. Corfu is a former British protectorate in the Mediterranean. So it was one of the islands that Britain used to have a bit of a stronghold over. And so the cricket pitch in the middle of the old town has been there for a couple of 100 years. There's another better pitch, 3 to 5 miles outside of Corfu town, where I played a game against a team from Wicklow, where both of my team and their team had a mixture of Greek international players in their side.
Are they any good?
They were the best players. They were the best players on the pitch, including one guy who played for us, a guy called Alex. He was comfortably in his 50s now, was the fastest bowler and probably best batter there on the day. Their wicket keeper was outstanding. They had another lad who was a fast bowler who was very good. They were all way better than these old boys from Wicklow and these drunk boys from East London. It was, and the pitch was fantastic. We had a really great time out. So look, I'll quickly do the cricket and then we'll move on. It was a shambolic game of cricket. Something like, we did the stats, 83% of us dropped catches, although I fortunately was not one of them. The only reason being because no catch came towards me, I think. Personally, I took a wicket, so it's nice to take a wicket in another country. I scored 42 runs, Rich. That's not bad. But that's not the important point, because the quality of the cricket was not great. What I do want to talk about is not the quality of the drinking, which was also good, or just the glory of Corfu town, which is a lovely place. I'm here to represent something that you and I talk about a lot. Food. And running around like a bunch of drunk boys playing sport, swimming in the sea every day, playing cricket, we had a hunger. We were hungry, hungry boys. And in my 2.5 full days that I was there in Corfu for, I had 5 gyros. And a gyros, if you're not initiated, I guess is the Greek equivalent of a kebab. It can have pork or chicken in it. The bread is slightly different. And in it, as well as the meat, you get like the salad, you get like the, I think it's tzatziki, you get a creamy sauce. And here's one of the things they throw in a gyros, which is just such genius. They throw chips in as well. So you have chips in the wrap. And after the game on Saturday, I was so hungry. So I'd had a couple of pints. I'd not really eaten a proper lunch, run around all day. And I sat down at this place and I ordered a gyros. And I immediately went, that's not going to be enough. So I also ordered myself 2 souvlaki and chips. Wow. So souvlaki being, like a skewer. And the member of the waiting staff looked at me like, is this really all for you? And I was like quite adamant, yes, it was. And Rich, I did not leave a crumb. Did not leave a crumb. That's
always such a great moment when you have a member of the waiting staff look at your order and go, sir, that's too much. You're not going to be able to do that. And you look back at them and you almost stare into their soul and you're like, you don't know me.
Yeah. Dare me. Dare me to eat every last drop. And I actually had left like a tiny bit of the bread at the bottom and it sat on my plate for about 30 seconds. I was like, nope, that's going in too. And it was okay. It was filling. It was super tasty. Genuinely, I could have had more. And in fact, about 4 hours later, at around 11:30 midnight, I had another one.
What's the Corfu toilet system like? Is it good?
Yeah, it works. It works. It's fine.
It sounds like it needed to.
No worries there, Rich. No worries there. So, gyros is available in the UK. I've rarely found it as good as in Greece, but I urge you to do just have a little look because I have to give Corfu gyros 5 stars. Genuinely, I've been obsessing over it all week.
Just to clarify, before we take a rest, is this a 5-star review of Greek food, of Greek cricket, or Corfu?
No, it's 100% a review of gyros. I mean, everything would get very high reviews here anyway, and I haven't even talked about the fish stew I had the other night, which was also lovely. But no, this is explicitly gyros, 5 stars.
I'm jealous. I think I need to go. That's for another day, because we're about to punch some Patreon money on advertising on an underground site. Let's take a break.
Rich, I'm going to ask you something about your week in a moment. But first, let's tease the Patreon. This week, I will be discussing on the Patreon pundit shoes. That's all I'm saying. Some people will know what I'm talking about. But join us for a conversation on pundit shoes in the Patreon. Rich, tell me what else you've been up to this week.
This is another developing story that we've covered on Mildly Informed before. As you know, I am now a budding part-time groundskeeper.
Yes.
For the
best thing you've ever done.
Local youth football club that I manage a side at. And the pitches are looking fantastic, Chris. They're looking fantastic. And I'm loving my mornings that I spend down there. But I took on another task as part of the pitch preparation this week. And I discovered that it is something that leans very much into the sensation that is ASMR, Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
I didn't know that's what ASMR stood for. Sorry, hang on a sec. Let me say that again. I didn't know that's what ASMR stood for.
Yes, that is what ASMR stands for. If you are unaware of what it is the sensation of a sound.
Sensation.
Or indeed the visual representation of something, which might be Chris whispering into a microphone, that triggers a pleasurable response from your scalp to the back of your neck and down your body. And the pleasure that erupts is just a response from your body.
So, I mean, there's one obvious question here. What on earth have you been doing to elicit such a response?
White lines.
Oh! So is it still like that sort of machine that's like a handles, then it's like a bucket at the bottom with a little flap?
Yep.
That's how it works still. It's not like motor powered these days.
You can now get some incredibly snazzy robots that paint lines. And it's worth going on YouTube or having a little Google of videos of products that do that. But the football club that I work at does not have such equipment yet. And we are still using a push-along machine with a bucket, with a flap, and with a roller. And that is how our lines are painted. And Chris, I've got a little video that I'm going to share with you right now so that our listeners, our patrons, will be able to listen to the sound of me painting the lines. Now, on YouTube, you may well be able to see the video as well, because I know Chris is very clever and he's going to share that with you.
It's playing right now.
What a sound that is. The sound of me painting lines. That is, and I would suggest it's probably only ASMR if you love your football and you're into it. But the sound of a really, really old line painter painting lines, that is bullseye ASMR.
I mean, I'm in a slightly conflicted position here because we'll put this in post-production, but I haven't heard it yet. And I just simply do not know how I should be reacting right now to this sound. Like, should I be needing to take a moment's break? Should I be getting all nostalgic? Should I have the smell of grass mimicking itself into my nostrils right now?
Well, we've got options here. You can receive this post-production and put this in, or I can send it to you immediately as we talk.
WhatsApp me. Have you got it on WhatsApp? WhatsApp me now, and I will consume it here. After all the audience has consumed it.
Okay. It's 25% sent, 50% sent, 75 gone.
that's...
That is ASMR.
That's lovely.
Isn't it? Isn't it, Chris? It's
Isn't that lovely?
amazing.
I like that. I like that.
Imagine sitting on a tractor and mowing football pitches for 2 hours, and then you get off your seat and you mark lines. Oh my God. Like, what a morning.
Yeah. I mean, there is something I was about to say about that that is so obscene. And I think most of our audience are adults, but even then, I still can't bring myself to say it.
Were you about to are you getting a hard on listening to that then?
No, let's just say I was talking vaguely around the fact, in a more explicit terms, that you'd spent several hours vibrating yourself, only then to spray white paint all over the pitch.
Yeah.
And that's the toned down version.
Anyone listening can hear that you've got a cold. I'd say that it's actually a fever. There he is. He's actually dying.
Oh, God.
White Lines, 5-star review, ASMR. I hope you enjoyed that and you've got a pleasure out of it, much as like Chris was describing.
Oh, that was beautiful. Lovely moment.
Dare I ask what else has been on your mind this week that you would like to review?
Yeah, I've got something I'd like to share with you. And I actually don't know what star rating I'm going to give it because this is going to be uttered in public for the first ever time. So, are you ready for it? I've done quite a lot of traveling lately, Rich. And you keep hearing about these regional sicknesses. Like, some parts of the world have certain things flying around a lot more than others. And I think that's always been the case. Spanish flu, although some people say it actually started in the US, obviously closely associated with Spain, where it really landed. A lot of people called COVID initially like the Chinese virus, didn't they? Rightly or wrongly. And I think there are still to this day many sort of sicknesses and illnesses local to certain regions. They often get named after regions. And I heard about an insect-borne one, so one that's spread by insects in Austria, most notably in Vienna. And apparently it's spread by mid-urine.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry.
Hang on. Hang on. That's it?
That's it.
That's what you're bringing to us. So that joke?
I was on my bicycle a couple of days ago, cycling to work, just letting my mind wander, which I probably shouldn't be doing on busy London roads. And I just was thinking of mid-year. Maybe I've listened to a bit of Absolute Radio this week, and much to my detriment, obviously. And I was thinking of mid-year, and I just thought he must have been called mid-urine by his mates quite a lot. And I thought, there's got to be a joke in that. And I thought, how do you turn mid-urine into a joke? And
wow,
that's the best I could do.
So you've really come up with that joke. You haven't heard that from anyone else. You've not travelled to Vienna. You've not been reading up about airborne diseases.
Nope, that's all part of the long setup.
You've that. Wow, that's great. There's a comedian in you.
Oh, thank you, Rich. I mean, the problem, I think you appreciated it, and I do appreciate it's a specific joke. It's a super niche joke. I would welcome feedback from people who aren't familiar with the song Vienna, with Midure, Ultravox, the whole scene. I would also appreciate feedback from people who are familiar with it.
Can I give you some feedback?
Please.
Well, actually, it's not even feedback. It's the chance to maybe even improve the joke. I've seen comedians in my time, and what the comedians like doing is they crack a joke, people laugh, and then there is the second boom that people aren't expecting.
Yeah.
Okay? You've already told a great joke. It's about mid-urine. Are you aware of the chart position of Vienna in the UK?
Oh, yeah, it leads you to having number 2.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
never got to number 1. It was only a number 2. You've got a urine gag and then you've got a shit double gag.
And people get it in the winter and they get so delirious. Do they know it's Christmas?
You're on fire. You are on fire. Chris Skinner appearing at a theatre near you on his stand-up tour, sponsored by Mildly Informed and Intertube.
Yeah, Intertube making it happen. The delivery partner of my live tour. I'm pleased. I'm pleased to share that originally written joke with you and the mildly informed audience. Consider yourselves now mildly amused. I give that joke. I give that joke 3 stars.
I'd say in my opinion, it's a 4-star joke. I don't think it's 3 stars because 3 stars is bang average, and a bang average joke doesn't make me laugh. But it's above that. It's not Dara O'Brien level. It's not. You know. But I think I'd give that 4 stars.
Okay, you're very kind. I put myself in the hands of the audience to be the ultimate judges of this. Rich, we've got time for one more thing. Hitters.
I've been watching Celebrity Traitors on telly over the last fortnight. I didn't think I was going to like it. I've really enjoyed The Traitors. There's been 3 conventional series so far, and I absolutely love them. Not necessarily the kind of telly that I'm into, really, where you've got members of the public going on wanting to participate, but knowing and hoping, really, when it comes down to it, that they're going to create an element of sub-tier celebrity out of it. But I like it. It's really good. Great production values. Claudia's an amazing host.
Yep.
So I love The Traitors. When I heard they were going to do Celebrity Traitors, I thought to myself, this is a shame. This is a real shame. They don't need to do this, because the great thing about Traitors is you've got people going in who they don't know each other. We don't know them as an audience either. So everyone's finding each other out whilst also trying to work out who the traitors are and who the faithful are. It's basically a whodunit if you've never watched an episode of Traitors before. But when you go in and you have a celebrity version of something, immediately everybody has preconceptions. Not just the audience, but also the celebrity contestants as well. They're kind of thinking, oh, Stephen Fry, very, 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 very clever guy. They're thinking Jonathan Ross, smooth operator. Am I suspicious of him? So I thought to myself, this isn't going to work. Actually, it has still been absolutely fantastic, and I'm giving it straight off a 5-star review. And if you want proof of that, one of the episodes over the last week, between 9 and 10 in the evening, was picking up more than 50% of the audience that were watching live television at that time, which for TV these days is an astonishing feat. Yeah. It's massive. It's really good. 5-star review from me. I don't know whether you watch Traitors or what your view is of Celebrity Traitors.
Right, as a man who has to make formats in my day job, I have watched a bit of it. I've never really got stuck into it. I think largely because of, I don't know, I just simply have not had the time to dig into the series. I've enjoyed watching it. To me, it does seem like the sort of show where a celeb version, I think, really adds value, because they are just, in theory, these guys are performers. So actually, compared to other shows where they're just doing the same old shit and they may not be any better or worse, I can imagine people who are actors, comedians, used to performing could take it up a level. So I get actually that it would be better than every day the likes of me doing it.
Interesting, because I kind of think that part of the magic of it, when you've got the normal versions, is that you don't know anybody and everybody is on that even keel.
But I understand one of the highlights of this series has been Celia Imrie farting, which has got absolutely nothing to do. And this is just from reading the news headlines. And this has nothing to do with their performing ability as much as Celia Imrie is a great actor.
The Celia Imrie farting thing, I found fascinating. I'm 48. I've been watching television for 48 years. And that's the first fart I've ever seen. I know Ricky Tomlinson farts in the royal family, but that is a staged fart. Television doesn't normally cover farts. It's almost a bit of a taboo.
Jackson Lamb acts farts, but he doesn't do, like Gary Oldman's not actually doing farts. You're right.
No, exactly. So a live fart, you've never seen Moira Stewart fart whilst reading the news. It's just not a done thing. So to see Celia Imrie fart and to see the BBC decide, yeah, we'll keep that in, that for me was a landmark moment. That's up there with a lesbian kiss on Brookside or other moments of history in British TV. Who would have thought that Celia Imrie farting would be one of those things?
Yeah, I expect that is. I'm going to guess now that's on her Wikipedia page.
I'm pretty certain it would be. Do you think, once again, just asking a question before we move on and say goodbye to everybody today, as someone like myself who works in the entertainment industry, but as you say, you commission formats, you devise formats, that's what you do. Now that Celia Imrie has farted on national television, do you think we're going to see the floodgates opened?
Floodgates is not the word you want to be using when talking about farts.
Okay, if you were Paddy Power, who do you think will be the next celebrity to fart on TV?
It's a great question. So it's got to be someone who's in the live space, yeah?
Yes.
So not a lot of live shows, most of them daytime TV. So you're talking about, let's think of the runners and riders. It's a host of the One Show. It's Lorraine. It's Good Morning Britain. It's who's currently on the sofas for BBC at breakfast these days?
Naga Munchetti and Charlie State.
Yeah, I would say odds-on favourite Charlie State, actually. He feels it's got to be some. I mean, it could be a guest of theirs. Giles Brandreth, love Giles. He definitely has the potential to let rip, I think, on with one of his nice sweaters on.
Could it be a pundit on a TV sports coverage?
Well,
could you be looking at Sky Sports and Roy Keane getting animated, making a point, leaning back, then dropping one?
Roy Keane will clench that butthole harder than any footballer or ex-footballer you've ever known. It's not going to be Roy. If there's one person it's not going to be, it's Roy.
If you want to speculate as to who will be the next celebrity to fart on TV, now Celia Imrie has broken the seal. Leave your comments on our YouTube page, or of course you can find us on our socials at Producer Chris or at Richie Firth. You can email us mildlyinformedpod@gmail.com and mark your email celebrity farts.
And funnily enough, we will be talking about pundits in a moment, but for now, it's not goodbye from me.
It is goodbye from us if you are not consuming this podcast on Patreon, where we're going to go and talk about pundits very, very soon. We will be back in your feed in but a week's time. Catch us on our YouTube channel. Socialise with us on the socials, and we will see you next week. We're off to go and talk pundits over on Patreon right now.